Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm down here in Elo, Arizona at the TA, and I just fueled up. I was planning on making a video today about a thing I made, and I just had a guy comment on my video how to average 9 mile a gallon, and he wanted to know if that was in U.S. gallons or in imperial gallons, and that's in U.S. gallons. And I check it all with pencil and paper. That's not the dash average or anything like that, but I just fueled up, and on 928 miles I got 10.55 mile a gallon. That's not my best ever. I think my best ever was 10.8, 10.9, something like that, almost 11 mile a gallon on 7 or 800 miles. But I've had this truck almost 300,000 miles, and it's, I think for 300,000 miles, it's almost 9.2 is what its total average is. But I'll show you that on a later one. This weekend when I was at home, I changed out the belt tensioner, the idler pulleys, the belts. Anyway, when I was doing that, there was the air-to-air tube is kind of in a way where you got to put a breaker bar or a ratchet inside that. You put a 1/2 inch ratchet in that tensioner and pull down, and that's what takes the tension off the belt. But that pipe's right in the way, so I thought I'm going to take it off. I was wanting to check my air-to-air anyway, because my fuel mileage has been a little bit down. I mean, it's still been good, but it's been a little down for what I think it should be for the loads, the conditions. I've just been kind of disappointed in it, and maybe it's in my mind, but I've been thinking I've heard a small air leak. So I had that tube off, and I was looking around my shop. I tried to buy a tester from my parts guy, and he said he could order me one, but he didn't have one. I thought I'll just make one. I think it's a 4-inch pipe. I bought a new boot, but anyway, I didn't end up using it. But anyway, I was looking around my shop. I was like, there's got to be something in here I can make one out of real quick. I just wanted to check it. What I was going to do is check the whole system. I was just going to plug one end of it and then put air into it, let it go through the charge air cooler, back through the intake, that whole pipe, and then it would, of course, it's not going to hold pressure because you're losing it through the valves, but that way it'll check the whole system. And I'm glad I did. I actually found a leak, but this is what I made. It's one of these big thermos or coffee mugs. I just saw it, and that is the, let me see if I can, I may take this back, but you can see that fits in there just perfect, and it bottoms out, and that's why I put that valve in there as far as I could where this bottoms out, clamp it on there. And I've got one of those clip-on chucks. First I put a little air in there just to make sure I wasn't going to overpressure it. I was only going to put about 20 pounds of air in it, but it wouldn't hold any air. But for one thing, I had a boost leak, and for another, like I say, it was going back through the valves. So I don't know if you can see it, this thing's dirty. It's been laying in my shop forever. There you go. You can see that it's an automotive valve stem, so I just drilled a hole through it and then pulled that through it. And that does not, I checked it, doesn't leak at all. So while it's sitting there, you're just clipped it on there, and I was taking soapy water all over my charge air cooler, boots, and where I ended up finding it is where the EGR pipe goes into the intake. There's a gasket in that. That was leaking pretty bad, really. And I don't know how long it had been leaking. But anyway, I got that fixed. And I've been driving slow. I have about 3/4 of a load of furniture. I had stops in Oklahoma City. Had a stop in Albuquerque today. Loads of furniture aren't that heavy anyway, but still, when I'm getting 10.5 miles a gallon, I'm pretty pleased with that. And I've actually had a headwind, or kind of a crosswind, so the wind could have been better than what it is. But yeah, that actually works pretty good. And if you ever wanted to check your charge air cooler, you could just take another one of these. You wouldn't even have to junk it like I did this one. Just take it and plug the other side of it. It's a pretty cheap charge air cooler, and like I say, you've only got to ruin one of them. This thing's been, it had coffee or something in it for who knows how long. You can see how dirty it is. It had some kind of mystery liquid in it sitting on a shelf. I just happened to look up there and I thought, that'd work. That looks like that would fit, and it fits perfect. So there's a little tip. You can, I don't know what size hole that is. You know, you need to make it, if you ever put one of these in a car, you won't think it'll fit through that hole, but it'll pop through it. You know, you want it to be tight. But that didn't leak a bit. I sprayed soapy water on it, found my boost leak, and now, lo and behold, on almost 1,000 miles, we got over 10 miles a gallon. So I'm happy with that. So it's just a short video. I'm unloading in Tempe, Arizona in the morning, and then Phoenix, and then this load goes up to Vegas, and then finishes in starts to say Compton, doesn't finish in Carson, California. Just, what is that, southeast of Los Angeles? Pretty much Los Angeles. So that's where we're gonna finish this furniture load out. But most of the load goes to Las Vegas or Henderson. I got to stop in Henderson. Then I'm actually going to a big church or a big temple in Las Vegas, but it looks like it's fairly easy to get into. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.